Hello and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Property, an exclusive YouTube series on the Fine and Country YouTube channel, taking you around Britain's most expensive houses. Today, I'm in the prestigious Weenen house to visit Jo Parker, who operates in the Surrey Hills area. Now, I'm very excited to meet Jo. She has some incredible listings and so much personality. Let's head on over to meet her. Jo, I'm very excited to be here today and to see what a day in the life looks like for you.
Okay, fantastic.
Tell me firstly, how did you come about Fine and Country?
So I joined Fine and Country in 2019 and my first area was in Sussex and I was there for a couple of years, loved it. And then I moved house and Fine and Country let me move area as well. So I moved into Surrey and I've started Surrey Hills beginning of 2022.
Okay, and what is it that you love most about working in property?
I'm so nosy. So nosy.
Yeah, me too. Actually, great answer.
Absolutely. So there's no day is ever the same. So it's exciting. I go to work and I don't know who I'm going to meet because I'm, viewings and market appraisals. I've never met the person before. I don't know what the house is going to look like. And I love property. I mean, who doesn't love a bit of property porn, as we say? So it's like walking around people's houses, seeing the different styles and meeting different people. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's so nice. That's the same for me. Whenever I go around and tour houses, I always love to see what makes their home for them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So what's been the most expensive listing that you've had? Because I know this area is pretty renowned for high listings.
It's got some high expensive houses in it. And today, actually, the one that we're going to later on today is going to be the most expensive one.
Wow.
It offers over 5 million. But up to date, the most expensive one that I've listed is 4 million.
Okay, and where was that?
That was in Horsham, just outside of Horsham. Yeah, so, and it was listed last year.
Nice. Is it sold?
Yes, it was
Yay,
sold.
congratulations.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's sold. Fine and Country's partner, Lemon and Lime Interiors, they did the staging for it.
Nice.
And this property happened to be on Grand Designs in 2015 as well.
Oh, wow.
So, an interesting property.
I believe we're going to see a property that they've staged later on as well, is that
They
right?
are going to stage.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What's been your favourite part then of the buying and selling process?
But to be honest, the best part is actually getting to the end of that process and being able to say, yay, you have exchanged, or yay, you've completed. Because the hard work starts after the sale has been agreed, getting it to exchange sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think you've got a couple of different property tours for me to see today.
I have, yeah.
I'm really excited. Do you mind taking us off to the first one?
Not at all. Let's go and have a look.
Let's do it. Thank you both so much for allowing us to tour your beautiful home today.
Absolute pleasure.
We're super excited to be here. Please tell me a little bit about the history of the home, because I know there is a lot to discuss and talk about.
I came for a corporate event in the area, and I was so taken with the place after travelling down from London that I thought this would be a great area generally to move into. We didn't know much about the area. We just knew that it was a wonderful bit of countryside, really close to London.
Yeah.
And that meant that without knowing the area, how would we get to know it? So we bought a house near here, and we spent the next 2 or 3 years renovating that property, improving it, And then we found a wonderful place in Shear, which was a farm. And virtually on the way to go to the farm in Shear, we were told by the estate agent that part of the land was flooded. That made my hair stand on end, and we thought,
No.
this is not a place we want to go. And I said, is there anywhere else that we should check out? And we were told it's very independent. It may be coming onto the market, but they weren't sure.
Okay.
And they described it to me, and I said, oh, on Ranmore Common, that's a fantastic place. That's our favourite place of everywhere. And we had been searching for 2 years in the area.
Wow.
And so that meant that we persuaded the estate agent to let us see it. And we saw it. Before we got to the house, we said, it doesn't matter. If
Well, as you came up the drive,
as we came along the drive, meandering through the yew woods, we thought, wow.
Yeah. It didn't matter what it was going to look like, because I guess what we hadn't really expected is, because we knew the area really well, is that you could get something that was so incredibly convenient to go up to London, to go to Gatwick, to go to Heathrow, but had all the space and had all the land around it to sort of cushion it, to insulate it against sort of all the madness that goes on now.
Yeah.
And we had looked at places in Shear, Abingdon, but obviously it was a much further journey. And, you know, if you've had a long day in London, the last thing you want is another like half an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
If you know the roads around here, you want to stick this side. And we just couldn't believe it. And in fact, we have so many people coming here who go, I didn't even know this sort of place existed.
Yeah. Wow. I know that the property sat within 80 acres of land. What is your favourite part of the area?
The beauty of being here is that it's totally quiet.
Yeah.
There's no road noise, no noise of any kind, and you can get quickly to anything you want. So if you want to pop into London and go to a museum, a theatre, or do whatever you want to do, you can do that very, very quickly. And you've got a number of different stations on different lines going into London. So if there's a problem, you can get there.
Yeah.
If you're working overseas, it's 35 minutes to Gatwick, it's 35 minutes to Heathrow, and its communication links are absolutely second to none.
So the location's what you...
Yeah.
The location is amazing, because also if you like walking, if you like cycling, if you like riding even, I mean, we don't have horses on the land, but it's all set up for that. You don't have to cross one road if you don't want to, which is pretty unique, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you haven't got that problem. You can walk all the way to Polesden Lacey. You've got all the National Trust land that it then, that you can walk to, and borders are. It's
Idyllic.
pretty. It is idyllic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how you've developed the property from when you first bought it to what it is now, because it is absolutely stunning.
Well, when we first saw it, it was a mess. And so we took it down to the ground. We got permission to raise the roof by a metre. We have not really made the footprint of the property any bigger, but what we have done is we've improved every feature. We've replaced windows and made everything symmetrical, because previously it was a real mixture of styles and a mixture of finishes. So we've made it a really cohesive design, and we're really pleased with that. And the other thing is we have also the annex was existing when we first came here, and we have replaced all the windows. We have worked on that. It's been re-roofed, and also we've clad that in oak as well.
And that's a 2-bedroom annex, so you could have that as staff, extended family, if you wanted to do multi-generational. So, and it's as pretty as the house.
I noticed as soon as I walked in the brickwork, it's immaculate. Whose decision was that? Okay.
And the bricks are all handmade bricks, and we even got the children to do brass rubbings at Horsley Tower to make sure that we did have some original bricks on the property, but not many. And so all the red bricks had to be remade for the property. The windows had to be remade. The feature bricks, the floral design bricks, they were all made for us and for the property. And so a lot of bespoke features had to be made with artisan workers all over again.
Yeah, it's truly unique. I haven't seen anything like this before. It really is beautiful. So why did you decide to choose Joe with Fine and Country to sell this beautiful property?
Good question. Why did we? Well, Joe was recommended to me by a really close friend here who I completely trust. Because somebody that she knows, who was also a good friend, had trouble selling their house, and it had been on the market for a bit, and Joe comes along, and Fine and Country is very, very good from what I can already see with their social media.
Yeah.
And it sold, I can't remember, Joe, but I think it sold incredibly quickly then.
It did sell incredibly quickly, yeah, and for over the asking price.
So,
wow,
pretty good recommendation. But there are other reasons too, because, you know, we have obviously talked to other people.
Yeah.
And what I was really impressed, I know you weren't there, Lizzie, but obviously, you know, Joe was there with Andrew. And what I was really impressed with is the level of understanding, the fact that they will be showing people around, I think is really important, because, you know, you need to know a place like this.
Absolutely.
You don't want somebody to come along who has no idea. And the client needs to know the facts and the location, everything, and not just off a little sort of spreadsheet, little, you know, crib sheet. So I think that's really, really essential. And the other thing, actually, which I also think is really, really important, is that Fine and Country work. They don't just get paid an annual fee, they work and they get houses sold. And I really respect that.
Yeah.
So the work that Joe and Andrew and you all put in means that we're all singing from the same song sheet.
Yeah.
And I really like that, because that means that, you know, it means that you don't get people sort of coming in and out who you have no idea who they are or what part they're playing in this process. And that's what I think we really value.
Yes. Yeah, you want someone who is hands-on, they have some skin in the game.
Yeah.
Indeed. I'm very excited for you all. Wish you the best of luck with the sale, and thank you very much for showing me around today. It's really beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Joe, we're in a very different property now. This is quintessentially British and just beautiful.
Isn't it just?
Tell me a little bit about this property.
So it's a barn, which of course is a very popular type of property. It was converted in the year 2000. And then they added this extra bit a couple of years ago, which just kind of opens the whole of the kitchen up into the garden, which is beautiful. So
It's gorgeous.
Lovely, isn't it?
It is. Now, how does your marketing strategy differ on a property like this in comparison to maybe a new build, for example?
So with this, it is key to get video, because there are nooks and crannies that you don't necessarily see in the photographs. You can go into them and explore them. And also what I like to do on my videos is make sure that there's a narrative that goes along with it so people understand the building. Barns are very, very popular anyway. And in a village in Surrey, in the Surrey Hills, it's important to get the whole area as well, because people are looking to move out of London, they don't necessarily know where. So that's what we do.
Yeah.
Video, as you know, is key for a social media campaign. So I like to put properties like this, which are beautiful to look at, all over social media.
I guess it's really important for you to showcase the lifestyle that a property has to offer as well.
Yeah.
So social media then, I'm taking, is very important for you.
It's key, absolutely, because that's where people fall in love with a property, because you've got the video, and if you don't have a video, you don't have a social media campaign.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is one of my favourite properties because of the fact that it's a barn. I love a barn. It's also the fact that it opens up, so there's modern features to it. So you have this beautifully light kitchen, and then in the sitting room, you've got the big open fire, which makes it even more quintessentially British.
Yeah.
So yes, I love it.
Super cosy.
Super cosy and super modern and light. So fabulous combination for anybody that wants to live here.
Now, some properties you choose to stage and some you don't.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about why you decide to.
So with this property, beautifully staged, as you can see, it's beautifully finished. There are some properties that are a little bit cluttered. There are some properties that are empty. So,
Okay.
people don't see perspective, especially in a photograph. You can't see the sizing very well.
Right.
And you can't picture your own furniture there if there isn't other furniture there. You are, in properties of this ilk and type, you are selling a lifestyle. So you want the lifestyle to ooze out of every corner, and if it's empty, there is nothing to it. The company that we work with, Lemon and Lime, that you know, they say that on average a property will get 8% more than if it weren't staged for their asking price. So
Wow, that is very interesting.
Yeah.
I guess with staging as well, you can see more of the potential of a property than if it was just to be sat empty, for example.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So we staged a property that was on Grand Designs, and Kevin MacLeod said it looks a bit like a museum. Well, it's in danger of looking like a museum, and it's a long, long glass building. And if you hadn't staged it, it would have looked like you could at least put cars in it or something like that, or it'd be a museum.
Yeah.
So it was important to give each area a purpose, and I think staging does that.
Yeah, you're right there. I think it's time for us to enjoy our coffee in
I
the
think you're
sunshine.
absolutely right. Before the sunshine leaves the air.
Yeah, and a beautiful garden to enjoy as well.
Shall we go?
Definitely. Thank you so much for having me today, Jo.
It's a pleasure.
It's been really fascinating seeing a day in the life, and you have some stunning listings.
Thank you.
Make sure, if you enjoyed today's episode of Beyond the Property, to like and subscribe to our Fine and Country YouTube channel so that you don't miss another episode. We are going to enjoy our coffee in the sunshine now, and we'll see you next time. Bye.